So I haven't heard your eardrums, but hi, it's me, the Time Traveler, and today we are talking about superhero shows. Now, these shows I am talking about are all for ages. Unless you don't like cartoons, then. But today is a little different because I'm in the old classic look instead of the nice black hat and the non unflattering mask. Now, this is your warning. There are shows with sequel shows, so they will be in one category, and if you don't like that, then click off this video, please. But rather than that, let's get into it. Number 10, Thundercats. Now, I know they weren't originally a comic book series, but they do have some nowadays by Marvel and DC, so I'll count it. So the main plot is about them leaving Thandora. Wait, no, sorry, I said Thandora. It's Thundora to live on Third Earth as they meet all kinds of beings. Some that are good and some that are bad. And parts of this show, besides the theme song, are very good. For example, this is a spoiler for episode 2. But there was this whole thing where Jago was telling Lion-O about the sword where it would not obey killing animals because they deserve life as much as we do. Which it's a pretty nice message to the viewers since nowadays there are so many shooters. And I don't mean a basketball. Oh wait, but I forgot to say that Thundercats is a sci-fi dark fantasy with morals. Kinda like He-Man. Now, number 9. Heroes. Now again, I know it's a show, but it does have some comics, and it might even have a graphic novel. I'm not 100% sure, but I digress. But the main plot is about normal people like me and you finding out they have superpowers, and the new heroes have to save everyone from a horrific event. Now, this show is a drama with suspense, so I'll recommend it to teens and adults, even though I gotta watch it when I was 11. And we are not going to be talking about Heroes Reborn with its trash, so let's move on. Ben 10. Now, I don't have visual representation for it, so I'm sorry, people. Now, I know what I'm going to get a lot of hate from this fandom for putting the show so low. But we're only talking about the first series. We're not talking about the whole show itself. But yeah, the first show, not every other show in the series, because I would have ranked it way higher. But we're only talking about the first series. So, I digress. Now, the main plot is about a 12-year-old boy that got a cool alien watch which grants him 10 aliens to turn into. So now he fights aliens and I went blind, but he fights aliens on Earth and in space with the help of his cousin Gwen and his grandfather Max. So I'll recommend it to people that don't know about comics and to people that like aliens because it's a sci-fi adventure story. And I'll recommend it to kids, teens, and adults. But now, number 7. The Walking Dead. Now, I don't think a lot of my audience know this, but The Walking Dead was originally a comic book series. And we are only going to be talking about the first 4 seasons. Because rather, every other one was mid or trash. I'm sorry, season 5 was mid. Alright, y'all can fight me. But it was. So if you want a better ending after seeing season 11, it's all spin-offs, I would recommend you to read the volumes, the compendiums, or just buy every single issue. There's 100, but I'll recommend it. But I'll recommend this show to people that are into horror dramas. So, like teens and adults, because this show is also kind of gory. Well, not kinda, but it is. But I'm getting too distracted. Now let me get on to my next one. Number 6, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. I'll only have season 1, 2, and 4. I will explain that in a different video. But I'll say this. Now we are finally talking about a well-known hero name. Yeah, most people misunderstand Superman, especially his Zack Snyder fans. I am sorry, but it's true. So this is why I'll recommend this is to people that wanna explore Superman and see what he's all about. But the main plot is Clark Kent / Superman trying to deal with being Metropolis, but Metropolis #1 hero, and him trying to keep his identity secret from everyone, especially his co-workers at the Daily Planet. The genre is action / adventure, science fiction, comedy, romance, drama, and fantasy. And I'll recommend it to older teens and adults that like Superman or trying to learn about him. Alright. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. That was a Clark right there. Number 5, Teen Titans. Yes, we are talking about one of the best comic book hero shows in history. You can find me on that. So this is going to be one of the shows that I'll recommend to people who ever want to start getting into comic books or really want to get into superhero shows or the genre itself. But hey, the main plot is about 5 teenagers that are into fighting crime and saving the world from evil threats. So I'll recommend it to people of all ages. Unless you don't like cartoons, then why? Just why? Oh, and the genre is action / adventure, comedy, drama, teen sitcom, and superheroes. This is a good one. I think a lot of my fans will like this. Batman the Animated Series and Batman Beyond. I'll count this as one. I'll count this as one tier. Now I'm gonna be honest. At first I did not like Batman the Animated Series, but it grew on me. And now it's one of my favorite series. So give this one a try. And another thing, I actually watched this before watching this, so it's good to watch this first because some things are confusing if you watch this first. But let's get to the main plot now. The main plot is about Batman and his adventures fighting crime in Gotham. And Batman Beyond is about the new Batman in Neo Gotham fighting crime while having to deal with teenage shenanigans. Since this Batman's a teenager. It's not a spoiler. Hopefully it's not to y'all. Now the first one is a thriller drama while the second one is a coming of age sci-fi drama. So I'll recommend them both to preteens, teenagers, and adults to understand Batman and his moral compass. Let me put this down here. Number 3. I know a lot of y'all be excited for this one. 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't have the complete series, but I am watching it on Paramount now. But now this is not my personal favorite, shockingly. That will go to the 1987 version. I have a lot of these. But this is the most faithful adaptation to the comics. Just know there is no Bebop or Rocksteady, sadly. And the main plot is about 4 brothers trying to figure out who is causing all this destruction in the city and stopping it with the help of friends and family. Now, if that interests you in any way, watch it because 95% of this fandom, the Turtle fandom, watches one show and their version of the movies, which is rather the 1990 ones or the Michael Bay ones. But let's talk about the genre now. So the genre is an action / adventure, science fiction, heroes, and comedy. And I don't have a good representation of this show, but I do have a game of it. It's game, but it's a good one. 1994 Spider-Man. And I do actually have the cartridge box, just not for show. I don't need an introduction for this hero, but this is hands down one of the best adaptations of Spider-Man ever. Now, let's. Oh, why does my computer always trying to do this to me? Now let's get into the main plot. The main plot is you watching Peter Parker / Spider-Man on his adventures as the web-slinging hero and being the broke college student working at the Daily Bugle. Now the genre consists of action / adventure, science fiction, and superheroes. Now we are going to do honorable mentions. I did not have a place to rank them, or if I rank them very low, the fandoms would get mad, or I don't have a physical copy of them. And the first one is The Flash, the only physical copy of a show I have. The Flash is a superhero that wants to avenge his parents by fighting crime and being a forensic scientist at the Central City Police Department. Static Shock. Yes, we are talking about him. Static Shock is a teenage hero in the DC universe. Yeah, before watching the show, I thought he was a Marvel character. Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest with that. But this show is about morals and fighting crime in Dakota City. This one now. Daredevil. Daredevil is a blind crime fighter at this. It's I can't say that, but it's here. And he is a lawyer with his friend Foggy Nelson. Todd McFarlane's Spawn. It's a very gory show. That's one way to describe it. I'll recommend it to people that really like gore and like seeing dark heroes. So basically adults and older teens. 1998's Powerpuff Girls. I wish I had a copy of this. But this show is about 3 sisters that fight crime while being in preschool with a bedtime. And this show is one of my favorites. So I say give it a try. And number 1, it is 1992's X-Men. Yes. Now, I think we all know why this is at number 1. For 2 reasons. 1, it's one of the greatest comics to screen adaptations. And 2, this is the only one where it got a Pacific Saga correct. Different from the movies. Now, the main plot is about a school of mutants fighting crime and to stop segregation from the public. It's also about defeating villains like Magneto. Now, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you have a beautiful day, and watch my other videos. And soon I'm gonna start back the Archie Jumbo shorts. But thank you, beautiful people, and bye bye.